Hi everyone, let me ask you a question. How many of you have stayed up until 2 a.m. cramming for an exam, only to forget all the material 3 days later? Or maybe you've tried every study hack on the internet, but still, nothing seems to stick. Here's the truth. You don't have a motivation problem, you have a systems problem. And today, I am going to show you a study system that actually works for your brain and not someone else's. I am Alyssa Zempel, and I'm an independent educational consultant. I have worked with hundreds of students who went from barely passing to genuinely understanding the material. The difference is that they stopped collecting study tips and started building systems. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to create a personalized study system using 3 core principles that neuroscience actually backs up. So let's dive in. Principle number 1 is to design your input system. Most students treat every class the same. They show up, they take notes, and then they move on. But your brain doesn't work like a recording device. It needs structure to encode information effectively. So here's what an input system looks like. First, do a 2-minute pre-class preview. Skim the chapter headings or lecture slides. This primes your brain to recognize important information in the course. Think of it like giving your brain a roadmap before the journey begins. Then during class, when taking notes, don't transcribe, translate. Ask yourself, what does this really mean in your own words? And write that down. Your notes should be a conversation with the material, not a court transcript. After class and within 24 hours, spend 10 minutes doing what I call active compression. Summarize your notes into 3 to 5 key points. If you can't do this, you didn't understand the lecture, and that is valuable feedback. This input system takes maybe an extra 20 minutes per class, but it will save you hours of confusion later. Now, principle number 2 is to build your processing system. Here's where most study systems fall apart. Students collect information, but never process it. They're building a library that they never read. Your processing system has 3 components: spaced repetition, active retrieval, and elaborative interrogation. So spaced repetition. Your brain forgets on a predictable curve. Make sure you review material after 1 day, and then again after 3 days, then in 1 week, and then in 2 weeks. Use a simple calendar or app to help automate this. The magic isn't about studying harder. It's about studying when your brain is about to forget the material. Then there's active retrieval. Close the book and quiz yourself. This feels harder than rereading, and that's exactly why this works. Struggle is where learning happens. Create practice questions, use flashcards, or just write out everything that you remember. Then check yourself and fill in the gaps. Then there's elaborative interrogation. This is a fancy term, but is a simple idea. Keep asking why and how does this connect to what I already know. If you're studying photosynthesis, connect it to why plants are green, why we need oxygen, and how climate change affects this. Your brain remembers stories and connections, not isolated facts. Now dedicate specific times each week to processing. I recommend 3 45-minute sessions spread across the week rather than 1 marathon Sunday session. Now, principle number 3 is to create your output system. This is the most overlooked piece. You need to regularly test whether your system is actually working. Every 2 weeks, give yourself a mock exam under real conditions. Time yourself, no notes, no phone, and then grade it honestly. This does 2 things. It shows you what you actually know versus what feels familiar. And it reduces test anxiety because the real exam just becomes another practice one. But here's the crucial part. Analyze your mistakes. Don't just look at what you're doing wrong. Ask yourself why you got it wrong. Did you misunderstand the concept? Did you run out of time? Did you misread the question? Each type of error needs a different fix in your system. Create an error log. It sounds tedious, but this single habit will transform your studying. Patterns will emerge. Maybe you always miss application questions. Maybe you understand concepts but don't recall definitions. This data tells you exactly where to focus your energy. So let's recap your study system. There's an input system that encodes information correctly and effectively. There's a processing system that uses spaced repetition in active retrieval. And then there's an output system that gives you real feedback. Here's your action step. Pick one class this week. Implement just the input system, the pre-class preview, active note-taking, and same-day compression. Try it for 1 week and see how it goes. Remember, the best study system is the one you'll actually use. Start small, build consistency, and then expand. If you found this video helpful, subscribe for more strategies. My goal is to help you work smarter, not harder. Now go build your system. You've got this. I'll see you next time.